It is here, people. The ASE servers are down. The official ones are gone. And it's time we sunset ASE with probably the biggest community crunch. There's so much. Look how much there is to go through. The FAQ is here. Bunch of questions are answered. More community corner stuff. Let's just dive straight into what's here new. The Shastasaurus. Oh, the saddle looks sick. Yo. Yeah, the Shastasaurus. Look at this thing. It's mental. Okay. Can't really look at that, but we'll get into the Shastasaurus. But yes, ASE servers are down. Let's just dive into the biggest crunch we'll probably have at the moment. As the horizons between the ending of an era and the dawn of the next. Yeah, baby. Oh, God. I'm so excited for ASA. Alright, let's just go. Shastasaurus. Let's have a look at this thing. Oh, let's look at this beauty. Oh my God, this odd variant of Shastasaurus seems as curious about its humans as its distant relative, the ichthyosaur. Okay. Has weaponized the ultrasonic chirps it uses for echolocation. It can focus those sounds into tight distorient prey. Open. Oh my God. That's insane. The most rewarding experience. This is what they're saying the Shastasaurus taming is. I brought along some ichthyosaur pals to entertain their larger cousins while I scrape some of its itchy barnacles off with a sickle. From then on, I had a gigantic escort in deep water. Oh my God, what? This taming missive sounds insane! Some triads managed to kit out their finny friend with a periscope, torpedo bays, and even a cargo hold. They did the submarine saddle. They did the submarine saddle. That's nuts. Oh, I want to see this in game. I want this thing. Bro. The fact this is only going to be on the center, man. Oh, man, this is going to be like the best sea creature. That's mad. And looking like something from the old kids cartoon with cavemen who turned dinosaurs into cars and submarines. That's mental. Well, we're getting the submarine Shastasaurus, 100%. Oh, that's going to be awesome. And this is the big bit. The Arc Survival Center Q&A. And so, if you already know about ASA, feel free to skip this bit. Okay. Alrighty, it's safe to start reading it. So this is all the stuff they've gone over, like all the new AI, when's it launching. They say the launch is just around the corner. We'll have a reveal trailer, screenshots, and set the game live at the end of October. So this is it. The next couple of crunches will hopefully just be all ASA stuff. So screenshots. Generally, I think they might drop this on the 31st of October. The last crunch, the 28th of, the 27th of thing will have the trailer, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's generally, I think they'll drop on the last day of October. They might push it. Oh, we might get in that last week of the 23rd to the 27th, that kind of week there. Around that period is where I'm 100% thinking this is coming out. But so at the moment, if you're thinking, when it's coming out, just say 31st of October. That's all we're going to say for it to come out. And so why are they doing it? So we all know this is just refine the development skills of UE5 and give us a better Arc experience while we wait for Arc 2, which is not coming out till 2035. So let's skip on. This is just all about the new technology, so how they're leveraging it. So Arc's codebase has been rewritten, so the rewriting Arc. So ASA isn't just taking ASE and just slapping a new code of paint on it. It's actually a full rework. So it is a full remastered, new coding, new stuff. So this game is going to play a lot differently. And it's definitely got an advantage from Lumen and Nanite from UE5. Like, this thing is going to be beautiful. Oh, new content, quality of life improvements, balancing gameplay changes, including but not limited. Over time, we will be releasing 11 brand new creatures, more than any previous DLC expansion. So 11 brand new creatures, that's awesome. New minimap system, pan, zoom, pings. Ooh! New structures. Okay, we get new structures, new gameplay items, dynamic navigation, mesh, and creature path finding overhaul, which is something I've wanted. Dude, the AI in Arc at the moment, we all know, the dodos, they're stupid. It's very, very rudimentary, and I just want, like, how scary would it be you running through the night and you're getting tracked and traced by a raptor through the bushes, and you can just hear it rapping past you, trying to decide when to attack you. Oh, horror game settings. I love it. Photo mode. Oh, this thing right here. Photo mode. What I've heard of this is literally going to be like a theater. Like, if you play COD, you know about theater mode back in the day on BO2. It'd be kind of like that. So hopefully, like, and a full blown photo mode. So it's gonna be so good for content creators, people who want to make thumbnails, just the works. This is gonna add so many creative flows to people's videos, stuff like that. And if you want to take an awesome photo, you don't have to use Ansel. So like at the moment, a lot of people use Ansel, which is a thing with the video graphics card. So if you have a Radeon. Yeah, it's Radeon card, which is the other company. Brain. Ryzen, my brain is actually blanking what the company is, but I know what it is. But yeah, they don't have that kind of mode, so you can't really take those kind of cool blurry photos, which that mode is going to give us. And if I've heard it's going to have like dolly cam systems, so for people who like to make very like cinematic kind of stuff, you're going to have so much more tools to make amazing videos. Like, I swear, the content creator game, if you ain't taking use of this, you're missing out. Like, this is gonna game change. Yeah, they say there's new camera system for players and dinos, with the option to revert to old systems. New player character assets with revamped, improved customization. Maybe MetaHuman. If you know what MetaHuman is, it's literally a tool in Unreal Engine 5 that literally allows people to make people like humans, and it's just very, very strong, very realistic. Gameplay, virtual, yeah, okay. New dino management system with real-time stats and track locations of all creatures at will through one unified menu. Ooh! Alrighty, that sounds really good. Is that Ark Survival Center will include all its previous release DLCs and maps in its remastered form, and will have its own content roadmap. This will include new story content for the game, its own gameplay, its quality of life changes, new DLC, seasonal events, and more. So literally, ASA is going to have all the ASE maps that we have at the moment, like the official maps, new DLC, and its own quality of life. So it's like, they're not just slapping it together by the sounds of it, and going like, here, have this as a remaster. They're actually, it's basically a full brand new game, just using, like, rebuilding ASE as a whole new game. That's all about the general gist, the overflow of ASA. Here we get into the juicy questions, like, are we going to be able to pre-order it? Can we get access to early gamer? Can we like get access to it early? Exclusive content preloading? And at the moment, they're not, as it's saying, they're not planning to make it for pre-order. You can purchase this game towards the end of October when we reveal the trailer and related media. Okay, so, and there is no plans to allow anyone to access the game early. You will all have access at the same time, and no intention to release exclusive content only available at launch. So it means there should be no YouTubers and stuff getting like early access to the game, which it would be nice. Like, I would like to like preload a bunch of content on, but it's fine. I'll wake up at whatever early hours of the morning to download this game and get content out. So it's fine. As we attend the game live immediately when it's ready to purchase, you cannot preload it. So basically, once it's once you can buy it, like once it's on the stores, boom, we can play it. So once it's released, that's cool. So they want to tell us more about crossplay and how it works. Okay, so the crossplay seems like they're going to have a 3-phase system for rolling it out. This is because it allows us to iterate more rapidly after launching a fresh title and make managing our operations much less complicated, allowing us to deliver you a better experience. Also, we're waiting for updates on the engine/plugin side to enhance the experience further. Okay, so I don't think crossplay is going to be at launch. But okay, here we go. Actually, no, there will be. Steam PC won't have it. Okay. Crossplay will be enabled for Xbox Series X, SP, Windows PC, and PlayStation 5 at launch, I'm guessing, in October. Phase 1. Crossplay will not work for PC, Steam PC, which I'll be playing on. I think a lot of us will be playing on. Why, frankly, when we launch a game, we have to patch a lot because you're going to find things we missed or break the game in ways we never identified, and prefer to be able to patch the Steam platform very quickly to resolve these issues. So I'm guessing the Steam platform is going to be the one that has all the updates first before we get crossplay. I just read down here, this is a wildcard ETA, we'll get to that, but that's a bit of a joke. I see you guys there, I see you. So once the game has passed the launch hurdles and has entered a more stable state, certifying builds on other platforms will become quicker, so at the point we'll be looking to enable full crossplay. So basically, once it launches, like Xbox Series X, Windows PC, and PlayStation 5. So Windows PC is going through, like, you know, the Windows Store and stuff like that. That's what they're talking about there. So it looks like they aren't going to get updates as frequently as Steam PC is going to get at the beginning. We split official servers between their respective crossplay platforms. We also tend to host some servers that are crossplay only between Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5 to keep our PC Master X. Oh, that's good. That's good that they're doing that. They're going to have crossplay servers that only are for console players, and crossplay servers that are for PC players, and then the whole crossplay server, official servers for everyone to join in, which is very, very good way of doing it. I think that's actually be really good because, one, let's be honest here, Arc ASA had a problem with hackers, big problem, and I'm hoping ASA has a really good anti-hacking or anti-cheating thing, but people will still get through. It's just a sad thing about gaming nowadays. People are just scumbags and just want to cheat because they can't play a game and they all suck, so they want to cheat. It just sucks. People find their ways, people weasel their ways. There's always ways around things, no matter how tight or like locked down you have something. It's just gonna happen, sadly. But this means for people who play on console, you won't have to worry about it, but you can still verse friends on PlayStation 5 and stuff like that. And we're gonna have an official server, so you'll hopefully be able to play with everyone. So phase 2 is full crossplay, which is time frame is December with this is a wildcard ETA. So I'd say if you're saying December, say December 31st, if lucky. So this will be when it's enabled for all platforms, meaning Steam can play with Xbox and vice versa. At this point, we'll be at a stage where the game can fully enable crossplay for all platforms, which is cool. This applies to both official and unofficial servers. Don't worry, we'll still have a separate official network online that is restricted to just Xbox and PlayStation users without PC, which is good. Which is good that they're doing that. And then phase cross progression. Ooh, that's right. They'll talk about this. So cross progression isn't going to be enabled with full crossplay because we need to integrate some forthcoming updates to the Epic Online Store system, our server systems. We don't have an exact time frame for that because it's out of our control. Okay, so we are going to get cross progression, so it means your character can just go between Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whenever, but this is definitely a next year kind of thing, which is cool that we're getting that. I don't know how it's going to work with Arc, the way we do I can see it. Okay, what changes have been made to the servers? So here's the server side things. So we've made a few changes to the servers. First of all, we've increased the stasis replication range for structure significantly, and although it's by about 70%. Ooh, this means you'll be able to see them further way before they de-render. Additionally, we'll be making use of instance rendering for all our structure tile sets, think building pieces, meaning bases are going to run a lot better, which is cool. This is what UE5 is going to do. Like, we all have the lagginess, the crap that is Arc ESC when you play with so many other people. You load in a base and it's like instance rendering is just going to make it so much better. Oh, and 70% extra render distance is ridiculous. That's a massive increase. That's a massive increase. So at the moment, we're still keeping the service, so still 70 players on service, which is cool, with a lot of changes were made. We've had to make some trade-offs right now. The tech or the hardware isn't quite there yet to increase the slot cap much higher. Okay. So of course, player-run unofficial servers can increase to 100 plus players. That is highly viable if they reduce stasis replication range or... Okay, so if you want the game to run at its best by looks of it by server-wise, 70 is probably the best cap. Anything more, it could cause some issues, or lower like maximum donor count. So, which to be honest is understandable when you have 100 plus players with all these dinos, all these buildings. No matter how good a game could be, it's still gonna cause some issues. But if you lower it, you can still do it and have it highly viable by looks of it. So it'll be running way better than what we are. So content changes have been made for day one. Caves, rafts, crypto. Ooh, okay, what content changes? Okay, this is a hot topic. We wanted to clarify our intentions, but we wouldn't be surprised if some things have slipped through the cracks. Here we go. This is a big section here about changes we're gonna see at the beginning. So generally we tend to release content based on the map it launched with. It doesn't matter when it launched. For example, the Rafts will be available on day one and Rhino Nathas on the island. However, Tech Creature variants and Cryopods will not be available because they didn't come out to extinction. Oh, okay, yeah, and that's okay. So they're gonna be dropping content based on when it came up with the map. So we're not gonna have chainsaws, we're not gonna have mining drills, tech variants, so that's not easy scrap metal, oil, and electronics, and silica barrels and stuff like that. Oh, okay. They've done a pass on caves with some balance adjustments to choke points and improved the cave's internal appearance. We were hesitant to make dramatic changes to the cave's balance as, while the meta and AC had flaws, we didn't feel a complete overhaul was wise. So they're not changing the caves too much, but this is gonna be, so the caves are gonna look a little bit different. Ooh, that's cool. Between these changes and other adjustments throughout the game, we expect to see some shifts in the meta play. So this is more for PvP. That's the cave system, because cave PvPing is kind of an issue, I feel like, for PvP, as a lot of people say. It's kind of, I see it as an outsider, like, boring. Like, you lock yourself in a cave and it's kind of boring. Yeah, but you know what it is. So they're saying there's a fair number of changes on the gameplay side. Overhaul building, which we know about this. Disabled leveling of movement speed on creatures and players on official network. Unofficial. Oh, damn! Oh, damn! So no more movement speed. No more movement speed on creatures and players on official network. Unofficial can change this via config, of course. We'll see the conversations. We already did it a while back. Oh, wow. So all creatures aren't going to be able to up the speed. So everything's going to be at the same... Okay. Small dino quality of life, which this is what we were hoping for. Breeding changes. Ooh, I like this one. They say, this was how scary. We know our product and QR teams were freaking out about it, but generally our intention hasn't been to change the strength of the creatures, but to make the implementation cleaner. Previous mutations were based on creatures' wild stat multiplier, and now we're giving it its multiplier. This has led to some creatures receiving some buffs, nerfs, and particular stats, but we tend to rebalance. Oh, so they've given the mutation its own multiplier, not based on the wild stat one. Oh, that's gonna... Okay, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder how that's gonna work. And they want our feedback on... So dinos are getting changed, buffs and nerfs and stuff like that, because of this whole, the way mutations are gonna work. Dude, bro, everyone's gonna be making a mutation guide now. And they have not fixed getting more than 20 mutations. So we can still get more than 20 mutations, but they've removed the 255 like point gap. So basically, if you don't know what arc mutations or arc points, every point has a certain amount of point stats they can go up to. Max's was 225. Normally you'd go to 254. But looking like the servers can now specify their cap. So you could technically get 1,000 base points in Melee now in ASA. Oh, that sounds... Dude, the content. Oh, dude. But they are leaving officially at 255, but it's open to adjustments. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. They get like you can make your own story with that stuff. Just mutate to the heavens. I can just imagine people just doing it for the content, like on their own servers, mutating to like 1,000 base HP and stuff, and just having murderous OP dinos. And they're saying these examples don't cover everything. They expect to see redesigned in ASA. We could wax lyrical about the environment, water, sky, and how adorable wild babies are, but we'll let the game speak 1,000 words really soon. So, can't wait to see the game, I'm not gonna lie. Here we go, the character creation overhaul. It's paramount to our team that we overhaul the character creation system for ASA, so the characters looked less survival jank, and we successfully did that. But we decided to say screw it and allow you to mess with all the bones and the scalars anyway. Oh, the crazy characters are still happening. That is awesome. So yeah, you can make something that feels nice, polished, or you could choose to make a character of crystal proportions that looks like it belongs in Ark Survival. But next gen. That's cool. So that like these derpy weird characters of ASC have always been a part of it, but that's cool. That's cool, and we're going to be able to do an ASA, but if you want your character to look as close to you, I'm guessing we can do it. Until we see it, we see it. And they said, is there new Gareth Coker music? Sorry, in main menu can't hear you over the new Gareth Coker. Oh, that's great. I like what you did there. And so they're talking about DLSS, RTX, DI, and frame gen. We're working very closely with NVIDIA on all things that have actually in our game code themselves. Okay, doing all the things you can read more about the system. So DLSS is just like frame generation. This is helping you get better frames with a bit of AI and stuff like that, and using your graphics card to kind of magically make frames to give you better frame rate. That's what that's about. So Unreal Engine 5.2, why not 5.3? Unreal Engine 5.3 is relatively recent release, and we've been keeping up with all the changes that Epic is working on. It's too soon for us to integrate it thoroughly, and quite frankly, quite risky so close to launch. For now, we've decided to cherry pick some things from 5.3 that we like, such as nav mesh improvements and well as landscape, and over time we'll continue to upgrade the entire engine to 5.3 below. Okay, so that's cool. So it's going to be at 5.2, not 5.3, and if you keep in touch with Unreal Engine, you see all the updates. Like 5.3 has got some really good stuff, but it does make sense that they're not going to that. Well, they've been working on 5.2 for this launch. There's no point in them changing over yet, but if they do it over time, awesome. Gameplay win! You'll 100% be able to see the game via trailers/screenshots before you purchase the game in October, not getting any more specific than that. Cool. So, over the next couple of crunches, that's literally what it's going to be. Here we go, the cheaters. I did talk about this before. They're still working with an anti-cheat for... Yeah, we will still be working with an anti-cheat for ASA. We won't be sharing any more information about anti-cheat as it doesn't benefit anyone to do so. This anti-cheat will work cross-platform, and we tend to create some more systems and use it in our live operations to battle against cheaters, which again, we won't talk much about because it's better if we keep that close. That makes sense, because if they give away what system they're using, cheaters will start making a workaround already. It's just the way it is. We'll be doing another bounty program of ASA, so you can look forward to making some money while making hackers cry as they lay in bed alone. Okay, that's good to know. The Survival of the Fittest 5.0. Ooh. So we're going back to the Survival of the Fittest, to the name Survival of the Fittest, SOTF. It felt easier to say than the SOTF. But more importantly, SOTF will not be available at launch. We will still intend to do it, but we're putting all our time, resources, energy, and sweat blood to remastering the game to make it as good as possible. After launch, we'll be tackling remastering SOTF as an in-game downloadable mod for a winter release. So I'm guessing my brain went Southern Hemisphere. Their winter release is like next year, like July, January, August. So that means technically we could see Survival of the Fittest either, what's it called, November, December, or January. I'd probably say more January if we're getting it. And here we go with no, will there still be a queue? There will not be a queue system at launch, given that we intend to have it implemented with Survival of the Fittest. We're still weighing out the technical implementing this and whether it's worth it for the game, depends on the direction we take. But we hear the concerns about queue botting, and we make sure... Okay, so it's about trying to make queues, so instead of like you clicking on a server, you just click queue, you want to play duos or 4-man or whatever it is, and you can just queue up and get into a lobby that way. Okay, so that'll be interesting. If they do that, that'll be cool. But I can see how it could be bad implementing it. Dude, you just get a win-loss ratio sometimes. Sometimes some things have so many wins, some things have so many like bad things to it, so I can see why. And now we're going over the events. Yes, they'll be doing more events, which is cool. First ASA event will be extra life, bonus rates, and that jazz. And then we'll be doing our first content related event in December with the launch of Winter Wonderland. So we're getting the events back, Winter Wonderland, Fear Evolved, all the other ones around the holidays like Easter and stuff like that. And ASA has its own content roadmap, but it's too soon to talk about that. So hopefully we'll see the ASA content roadmap right about when ASA releases. That will be great. Creature submissions, they're still going on about what's the plan of that. Honestly, it's taken us so long to get the Shasta dossier done because of the design and tech investigation required to ensure it was viable for us to create the creature's abilities without destroying the game. It's a challenge, but we're getting it done. That's kind of through a spanner in our calendar for doing creature votes. We might take a break because voter fatigue is creeping in. Plus, once ASA ships, the meta might establish a need for different types of creatures. So, okay. We want to give you some time before the next vote to think about that. So, the next creature vote for the next map won't be out until after ASA drops, by the looks of it, which is cool. So, we still got to see the Rewritten Arc dossier and stuff like that, showing off that. So, yes, we still got to look forward to that. And yes, ASA, end of October. And this is about more developer Q&As, blogs, vlogs, streams, etc. We've intentionally been very quiet the last year as we worked aggressively on shipping ASA. Once the game is out the door, we intend to do a 180 and will become more directly engaged with the community. We've been reading and monitoring throughout trust. This could include more Q&A, streams. See, this is what we've wanted the whole time, and I guess I understand why they've been just sitting there headstrong into it. They just didn't want to spend more time away from working on the game, which is understandable, but it did affect the community in a way of our like trust in Wildcard here, which is cool. Like that, hopefully they will do that, and they will do that 180, and on the path of ASA towards Arc 2, we just get a lot more info. Because the build up to ASA, and it's coming out within a month. Like, to be honest, it's the last day of September here in my country, and like it could be out in 31 days. So, yeah, this is like the biggest amount of information we've gotten, even though it's a text heavy, but it's there. And you join the Discord, and then we go to the Community Corner, which has got the Hunted. If you haven't been watching that, go watch it now, man. I dropped my first episode a couple days ago. Having an absolute ball on the server with all these creators. It's been so much fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this absolute insanity of information to go through. I'll probably leave a link to the crunch if you want to reread through some stuff that I haven't gone over. But genuinely, this is aiming up. I can't wait to see ASA content. This is the biggest amount of information we've gotten, even though it's still breadcrumbs. And it's still not seeing what the game is. This is giving us a good time frame of everything. This is very nice to know that it's probably 100% coming out October. I'm saying October 31st. That's just my prediction. Comment down your predictions below when you think it's going to come out. And have a ball playing unofficial until then. And if you want to watch some awesome content, go literally. There's some Arc. If you're waiting for some Arc content to come out and you want to watch something, just watch the video right here. Seriously, it's got me in rasping idiots. So enjoy it. See you on the next one.